back to my channel. My name is Laura and I am doing my reviews. The first book I'm going to review is book number 28, which is The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Bohr. So I finished this one. This one is about a girl named Flora Banks who has memory loss, and I liked it. However, I gave it a 3-star. It repeated a lot for me and I kind of got a little bit bored. So I gave it a 3-star. Yeah, she writes things down every day because she can't remember anything that's current, and she writes things along her arms and in a notebook, and it just got a little bit monotonous because it kept going back, like she had to reread what she read the day before. So yeah, it was a little bit monotonous. So yeah, so I gave it 3 stars. This is a new release, 2017. Of course I had to get it because I love memory loss, but I think I might be giving this book away. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, book number 29 is a book that I got from audiobook from Audible, and I am a Prime member, so I was able to get this book for free. And because the movie was coming out soon, I loved the trailer, and I was like, you know what, I have to read the book. So the book that I read and listened to was The Zookeepers Wife by Diane Ackerman. I was very disappointed in this one. This one I gave 2 stars to. It is a nonfiction book, so it is a true story, but it is written very nonfiction, and the author, you'll be listening to it as the story. I wanted to know more about the Zookeeper's Wife, and then she would like push all this nonfiction stuff into your thing. It was like listening to a textbook. Like, she kept on saying how many people got killed and what happened to Nazis, and it was just too much information dump to me that ruined the story. And then it would go back into the Zookeeper's Wife, and I was really interested into the Zookeeper's Wife. I wanted to know more how she like took the people, how she saved them. I wanted to learn more about that and her life. But every time she would go into the story, it would jump into historical facts, like just jumping. It was just too much. And yeah, so I was very disappointed. And I think that the movie is going to be very much better than the book. So yeah, highly recommend. I'm hoping that the movie is much better. I mean, the trailer looks really amazing, so that's why I picked up the book. So yeah, I was very disappointed. 2 stars. Okay, I finished book number 30, and book number 30 was Bone Season. I read this one because Books Amino Book Club picked this book. However, I listened to it on audio. I did have the book, but I found the audio was much better than reading the book. So, yeah, so I had the audio book. I listened to it. The whole book, I should have DNF'd it. Yeah. I didn't like it. I was very confused throughout the whole book. And when I got halfway through the book, I gave the book to one of the teachers in school, and she was reading it because she likes sci-fi and she likes those type of books, fantasy, high fantasy. And I said to her, can you explain to me what the heck I'm reading? So she was reading it, and she came back to me and she says to me, well, there's vampires and there's aliens in this book, and there are zombies in this book. And I'm like, am I reading the same book she's reading? Because I felt like I didn't get that. I knew there was lots of words that she made up within the story, and I just did not like that. There was parts that I really enjoyed. The narration is very good. I enjoyed that. But the world building, the new words and the world building, it just did not do it for me. Lots of new words that I haven't. She made up these words, and it was just very confusing. I gave the book 2 stars. Yeah, I didn't really like it. It is a 7-book series. It's going to be. There are 3 books out right now. I already ordered book 2 because they said it does get better, that it does go character driven instead of plot, instead of world building. So I do plan to continue on. And my friend who is reading the book, she loves it. So yeah, she thinks it's like a 5-star. So yeah, I got it. I don't really like fantasy, so I'm sorry to say I gave it 2 stars. Okay, I finished book number 31. The reason I picked this book up is because there's a Netflix series out on it, and I wanted to read the book first. I also am using this for my number 10, A Year Around Them 52 books. The challenge is to read a dual timeline novel, and the book that I chose was 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Now, this book is very controversial. It's about suicide, so it has lots of trigger warnings. However, I did really enjoy this book, except I did drop it down 1 star because the writing style was a little confusing. It's about a girl who commits suicide, so it already starts off, she's already passed away. And she sends tapes to 13 people that she believes caused her to commit suicide. So each tape goes to each person, and it's pretty interesting, except it was a little confusing because the tape reads, and then the person talks. So the fonts were changing, and sometimes I couldn't figure out who was talking. So that's why I dropped it down to a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. Again, this has lots of trigger warnings in it. Do not read it if you are depressed or suicide. It has mental illness. It has sexual abuse in here. There is a kind of rape in here. What I mean by kind of rape is that she gets sexually abused, and she doesn't say no. Like, she just lets it happen. So what I mean is, to me, that doesn't consider rape because she did not say no. She was committing, and it just continued on, and it was very hard to read at that point. So this book. Now, there is a TV show. I haven't watched the TV show yet. But this is for very mature audiences. I already talked to my kids about this book. The school district actually called me on this book and said that a lot of teenagers are reading and watching this TV show, and to talk to your kids about suicide. So it's very controversial right now. I did highly like the premise of it, where it makes you think, well, if I treat people nicely, it shouldn't affect you, but sometimes you can be nice and still affect people. So there's like cyberbullying and bullying, and it's very traumatic, this book. But as I said, I gave it 4 stars. It was very, very good to read. And that's it for this one. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!